again. Yes, this is the same shirt. I figured we would go ahead and just, I don't know, record today maybe. We do have a family reunion, so cooking here this morning. I had to get up and run out to the Dollar General because I didn't have no take and toss pans, and I like to take things that I can just leave them if I need to. You know, so if something happened and we wanted or needed to leave early, I wouldn't be rushing around trying to find something to put the food in I brought or whatever, you know. So I like to take, nope, this isn't mixed up good enough. I like to take things that I can just throw away once I get there, or people can take them home. I seen on, I think it was TikTok, Pinterest, I don't know, a thing where people was talking about that they go to like Goodwill and stuff and they buy, you know, fairly nice dishes for cheap. And then they'll like take dishes in them and then they can give them to people, especially if you're doing it to like new moms or whatever, people that do that with churches. I thought that was a good idea, but I've never done that. But for things like this anyways, we do take and toss so we can just throw it away. But I got up this morning and I made sausage balls. I make those every year for their family reunion. And then we're gonna make some Buckeye brownies here. And then we're gonna do sliders. I think I'm gonna do ham and cheese. And then I thawed this out to do the Philly cheesesteak casserole that was on the menu last week. Had never done it, so I think I'm gonna do some Philly cheesesteak sliders and take those as well. Just because last night at Sam's Club, I bought a big 2-pack of slider rolls. Honestly, didn't know what I was cooking for the reunion except for sausage balls until last night, because I wasn't sure if I was going to have really much time to cook anything and all that. I thought about just going to Sam's and buying some cookies and stuff, and I was close to doing that. We're not doing that. We got up this morning and we started cooking, and then we had to take a break. Better turn this on. Then we had to take a break and run out and get some stuff. Also grabbed some sodas, but I just left them in the vehicle because there's never enough drinks. Thankfully today it's not hot. 71 degrees right now. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I think the chances are supposed to go down as the day goes on, and it was raining a little bit this morning. But we're gonna finish up this. I did grab soda like I said. And then I'm gonna do the sliders, the Buckeye brownies, and then the sausage balls I've already got done. And then we're good. I often take a pumpkin thing. It's my thing. I like pumpkin. Everybody knows it, so I usually bring something pumpkin. But I didn't have the motivation for that. I even thought about buying just a pumpkin rope, because they had those at Sam's Club yesterday for like $9. They're a lot of work, so $9 is worth it. But then I didn't want to buy it and take it and people think that I made it, because I don't know. I didn't buy it anyway. But I think we're going to go ahead and do these sliders. I've never done these really in sliders, but I figured, what difference can it be? I don't have soy sauce or W sauce, so we're just going to have to heavy on the seasoning, which is something we do anyways. But I figured we would share making these because these might end up being good. Like, they sound like they're going to be good. So we're going to do that really quick today. The house is a mess. We're going to tackle that a different day. Just a little bit. Okay. Usually works better if you turn on the stove. I think I would know that by now. Usually Philly cheesesteaks are good. It's gonna be good in a slider form. So I don't know why I never thought to make them for us like this, but it's fine. Maybe I should do onion soup mix as well. We might add a little bit of it. When cooking for things like this, when you don't really know what people like, I like to just do things I know we like. Like our family get-togethers on my side of the family, I know my family likes things like broccoli salad and all of that, you know, with all the mayonnaise and stuff. I'm not sure about John's side of the family. From what I know, the people that we're the closest to, you know, and that we've been out to eat with and whatnot, I don't think most of them like things like mayonnaise. So I know one brother does, The one that is married to my sister. I think, well, I don't know if he does. I think he does. I know she does. Definitely. And I think he does too. But, you know, it's hard. So I just try to do things that I know that my family would eat when it's things like that. That way I know that, I don't know, at least there's things there they'll eat. Even though my family's not big on eating at get-togethers. We've had this conversation before. My kids just would rather just run around and enjoy their friends and family than eat. And then Miss Lily is so picky that she doesn't hardly eat anything. So. But I also needed quick, easy things. That was also, you know, decent served cold because we're having it outside at a park and there's really not, you know. I could have done stuff in the crock pot. I forgot I was going to make macaroni and cheese too. Oh well. I could do stuff in a crock pot that, you know, would, as soon as I turn it off, take it up there and then it would still be warm. But again, I like to have things that I don't have to worry about trying to get back. So we're gonna do this. And I give this a little mix here. Chopped up the onions finer than I did the peppers. Those peppers they wasn't old, but they wasn't super fresh either, if that makes sense. So they was getting a little soft. Not super soft, a little soft. And it was making it harder to, you know, I could have still done it, but I didn't want to, kind of thing. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this onion soup mix. It's got onions in it, but this just gives it a better flavor for things, I think. Should I do it now? I might wait until I add the meat. Brownies are almost done. Why does it smell like plastic? They're small. Do I need to cut it up a little bit more? I think I'm going to cut it up just a little bit more, even if it's just to, you know, separate it some. So I need it to go as far as possible. I'm hoping to do 12 sliders with this and then 12 sliders with ham and cheese. Beef bouillon stuff. Yeah. This is actually better than most of it. Tastes good. Give me that cup of water on the refrigerator, please. Thank you.
Does that come with the family reunion?
I don't know. The family. Should be almost everybody as long as they can. If you're wondering about your buddies, he will be there. Alright, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of this minced garlic. Not too much. Bouillon, the beef flavor with a cup of water. And we're going to add some seasonings. What shall we do? We're going to add the staples here, which is onion powder. I could probably be frying onions and would add onion powder. Not quite, but pretty close. And garlic powder. For somebody that says she doesn't like garlic, I use this in everything. I think my brownies are done. Okay, so if you can hear me over the sizzling meat, it all cooked down. It tastes good. Wendy came in here and said it smelled very bland, which scared me a little bit. I did add a little bit more seasoning to it. Let's see. I just added a little bit of the buttery steakhouse. If you're new around here, we just throw a whole bunch of stuff in pans and hope for the best. But it tastes good. So now we got all the juice out of it because I don't want soggy buns and whatnot. We're going to add a little bit of steak sauce to it. We always add steak sauce to our Philly cheesesteak. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just something we made up. It makes it good anyway. So I'm just going to get this mixed in here. They're going to let it cool completely because I worry about it sogging up the buns. I probably won't put these together until like, I don't know, 20 minutes before we walk out the door. That way I can throw them together, throw them in the oven, and then they'll be ready to go when it's time for us to go. Is it still going to be warm when we get there? Definitely not, but I don't know. We tried, at least that way. So we got this all nice and mixed up here. I think it's going to do really well with like spreading out between the 12 sliders, especially when I add a whole bunch of cheese, because if you ain't got cheese, what are you doing? No, just me? I'm sure it's not just me. But we're going to just sit this back here to the back. Tastes delicious, smells delicious. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, so we're gonna finish up the Buckeye brownies now. It's on auto, I can't fix it, it's fine. The recipe I found yesterday was weird. Like I said, Buckeye brownies. So if you know what a Buckeye is, it's like peanut butter with powdered sugar dipped in chocolate. Well, this recipe had caramels and pecans in it. So it seemed more like a turtle than a Buckeye brownie to me. So we're not doing that. I thought about doing it because I don't have the pecans it needed, but I have the caramels. Thought about just adding some caramel to it, but then I decided, no thank you. So we're just gonna do my own made up version of Buckeye brownies. Might have even made something like this before, I don't know. I'm sure it's not something I made up. I mean, I know it's not something I made up. I'm just not following the recipe to give anybody credit. So we're just gonna melt a whole bag of these chocolate chips. The only store brand they had was Minis, and that's what we went with because they was quite a bit cheaper. Y'all know stuff is expensive. I spent $45 at the Dollar General. Well, 50 because I had to go back in and get batteries. And almost all of it was for family reunion stuff, and I really didn't even buy that much. I did buy 5 12-packs of soda, so that was a huge chunk of the money. But yeah, yay, adulthood. But we're gonna melt these on low heat, and while we're doing that, we're gonna make the peanut butter mixture. And in normal me fashion, I'm not measuring anything, so if you think you might want to make this, take notes. Just gonna throw in some peanut butter here. And I thought about getting out the hand mixer, but it does not do well with powdered sugar or flour. It just blows it all over the place. So what are we gonna do? A little bit over a cup. I want it to cover the pan of brownies fairly evenly. We're gonna go somewhere. What is that? I think that's all we're gonna go because we're getting too deep in and I don't want to get it all over my hands. I'm gonna do some powdered sugar. We want this to be like a thicker, like the peanut butter and Reese cups consistency. I think that's what we're going for. We got some vanilla in here. Add just a tiny bit of vanilla. We got to make sure we're watching that chocolate really close. I've got it on like low, but the burner is still warm because of the Philly cheesesteak stuff. So, all right, that's melting nicely. I don't want that on my hands. I don't know where we bought paper towels at last. Did we buy them at Sam's Club? Anyways, they're the sheets like this. We like the little ones like this. And they even have a little thing in the middle to make it little squares. They're a favorite. I was going to buy some last night, but we had the whole family and then I'd already bought stuff. And it just didn't really have the room to shove in the big, huge thing of paper towels because it is, you know, fairly massive. So, maybe next time we go back, we won't have the whole family, meaning Jonathan won't be with us because everybody else always goes with us. And we will be able to buy some paper towels. John told me we could have made it work, but, well, we didn't. I think I want it a little bit thinner than this, so we're gonna go in with a little half and half. All right, so we're gonna add a splash of half and half here. That was more than a splash. And then I added about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil to my melted chocolate. because I would like it to stay a little soft, but not soft, if that makes sense. I don't know. Not get as hard as chocolate chips tend to get once they solidify again. All right, I think we're good here. Just gotta make sure we get it all mixed in. Yeah, we're good. Taste test, it was delicious. So. Where did I put it? This will use you. I was looking for my little one. Maybe I used it in the chocolate. I'm not sure if this is going to spread for me nicely or not. Looks like it's going to make me work for it. Okay, so we may have had to go in with our hands to get it done because I didn't want to be tearing the brownie up. I just went in and peeled it and moved it around because it was really thick and made it go on fairly evenly here. No, we are not. It is fine. It is fine. So, anyways, I'm just trying to smooth it out just a little bit. Dressed for the most part. We're going to throw these sliders together really quick and get them in the oven to get them heated through. Just a little bit more steak sauce here on top. And then back on here. So, for the ham and cheese ones, I'm going to cut the ham up into smaller pieces so that it's not big, huge pieces falling off with each slider. Alright, my camera battery died and I don't have time to fool with it, so this is what the ham looks like. I'm just going to put it on here. Now we're going to add some Velveeta shredded cheese on top. Hard to do with one hand. We'll get this in the oven with foil on top and cook it for 10 minutes, and then we'll add a little bit of butter on top. Alright, so got some melted butter here. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, just a little bit of salt. My battery's still dead. I was trying to make it work for me. Just a little bit of pepper. Gonna mix it together and brush it on top of both of these. Ma'am, whatever you want to wear. But we're leaving in like 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Top of these, we're just gonna add just a little bit of, it's called savory seasoning. And with that, that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and got a little bit of motivation, inspiration, whatever you needed from this video. Thank you for the support. If you have not joined our family, make sure you do that down below, and we'll see you all next time.